In a bold move signaling their commitment to the future, the Green Bay Packers have made a staggering investment in their young receiving core, and it has the potential to reshape their offensive outlook significantly. As we dive into the details, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what's your take on these decisions? It's been a tumultuous few months for the Packers receivers, with the departure of Romeo due to the Patriots and the trade of Dontavian Wicks to the Eagles. However, General Manager Brian Gutekunst has doubled down, locking up Jayden Reed with a 3-year contract extension worth $50.25 million and securing Christian Watson for 4 years at a jaw-dropping $92 million. This hefty total of $142.25 million is a clear indicator that the Packers are betting on these two to steer a leaner, yet more effective, receiver group toward success. The reality is stark. This isn't just a calculated risk. It's a gamble with no room for error. The Packers have not drafted a single receiver this year, leaving Watson, Reed, and the 2025 first-round pick Matthew Golden as the primary offensive weapons for the foreseeable future. It's a strategy that could either catapult the Packers back into Super Bowl contention or leave them scrambling for answers if these investments don't pan out. Watson, who is now under contract through 2030, expressed his excitement about the continuity of their group, stating, "To have those guys, knowing that they're going to be here for the next couple of years, it's great." And he's right. Building chemistry is crucial. This trio must forge a connection that can translate into a potent passing game, especially with quarterback Jordan Love at the helm. But let's not gloss over the facts. Both Watson and Reed, while promising, have yet to establish themselves among the league's elite. Watson's extension averages $23 million per year, ranking him 19th among receivers, while Reed's $16.75 million places him at 30th. That's a significant investment in players who have not yet finished in the top 30 for receiving yards. Does that raise eyebrows? Absolutely. This isn't merely about what these players have done, but what they are expected to achieve moving forward. Watson called his extension surreal, acknowledging the importance of continuity in building a successful offense. He noted, "Just to have the foundation of our offense locked in for the next couple of years will be huge for us just in terms of finding consistency." It's a sentiment echoed by Reed, who believes their work ethic can propel them beyond expectations. "I think there's no limit, man," he said, highlighting their commitment to hard work and teamwork. Head coach Matt LaFleur also spoke highly of the duo, emphasizing their character and the potential they bring to the table. "You can't ask for better guys. Both of those guys are equally deserving of what they got," he remarked. The hope is that continuity and familiarity will foster a more dynamic offense, which has been sorely needed. Adding to the mix is Tucker Kraft, who is on the verge of a breakout year before his injury. If Kraft can return to form, he could become another vital piece of this offensive puzzle, and Reed is confident in their collective abilities. If we put it all together, it can be very dangerous. However, we must face the hard truth. Contracts are just numbers on paper. The Packers hold the option to move on from both Watson and Reed after the 2027 season, but that would likely leave a significant dent in the salary cap and no immediate replacements at hand. The pressure is on for both players to justify their hefty contracts, and the same goes for Kraft once he gets his extension. Gutekunst's gamble on Watson and Reed is a calculated risk, and it's one that could very well define the Packers' trajectory over the next few years. The total investment is staggering, over $200 million once Kraft signs his deal. It's a daring all-in bet on their potential to lead the Packers back to championship glory, reminiscent of the days when names like Greg Jennings, James Jones, and Jordy Nelson helped secure Super Bowl 45. Watson encapsulates the mindset needed moving forward, stating, "Regardless of how much money I make doing this, there's still plenty of things I have to get better at." This mentality is critical if the Packers are to avoid complacency and strive for greater heights. As we transition to our next news item, the stakes are higher than ever for the Green Bay Packers. The team's future is intertwined with the performance of these young receivers, and fans are left holding their breath, eager to see if this calculated risk will pay off or lead to a season of disappointment. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the unfolding narratives surrounding this storied franchise. Let's dive into a hot topic that has Green Bay buzzing: the future of tight end Tucker Kraft. After the Packers recently secured wide receiver Christian Watson with a hefty $92 million contract extension, the spotlight now shifts to Kraft, as Watson himself is advocating for his teammate to also receive a well-deserved extension. Fans, where are you watching from? We want to know your thoughts on this potential move. Watson's comments, as relayed by a reliable source, reflect not just confidence in Kraft's abilities, but also a sense of urgency to get this deal done. Honestly, I don't, Watson admitted, when asked about the status of Kraft's contract negotiations. His optimistic approach, "I'm trying to put it out in the air, trying to speak it into existence," emphasizes a locker room culture that thrives on mutual support and camaraderie. This is a significant moment for the Packers, as it showcases the team's commitment to not just individual talent, but collective success. Now, let's take a closer look at Kraft's performance. The 2025 season was a challenging one for him, limited to just 8 games due to a torn ACL. Nonetheless, he managed to make an impact, catching 32 passes for 489 yards and 6 touchdowns. Remarkably, despite his injury struggles, he tied with Watson and fellow wide receiver Romeo, due for the team lead in touchdowns. This speaks volumes about Kraft's potential and reliability, even when facing adversity. In the 2024 season, Kraft set career highs with 50 receptions for 707 yards and 7 touchdowns. Across his 3 years with the Packers, his numbers are impressive: 113 receptions, 1,551 yards, and 15 touchdowns. That type of production is crucial for a team that finished 17th in passing offense last season, averaging only 212.8 yards per game. With Kraft back to full health in 2026, there's every reason to believe he can be a significant factor in revitalizing the Packers' air attack. Looking ahead, Kraft is set to hit free agency after the season, making the urgency for a contract extension palpable. The Packers need to recognize his potential as a formidable red zone threat. If Kraft can return to health and demonstrate his dominance in that area, it would be a compelling argument for a long-term deal. As fans, we must consider the implications of these decisions. Should the Packers invest in Kraft now, securing a vital piece of their offensive puzzle for the future? Or will they risk losing out on a player who has shown flashes of brilliance, albeit interrupted by injury? This is the kind of strategic thinking that can define a franchise's success in the coming seasons. With Watson voicing his support for Kraft, it's clear that the locker room is rallying behind him. The chemistry and mutual respect among these players are critical as they look to bounce back and improve their standing in the league. The Packers have a chance to build a formidable offense with a healthy Kraft alongside Watson, Dew, and the rest of the arsenal. Now, as we transition to the next item, let's keep our eyes on the developments surrounding Kraft's contract situation. Will the Packers make the move to lock him in for the long haul? The coming weeks will be telling, and fans will be watching closely.
As we dive deeper into the Packers' preparations for the upcoming season, we find ourselves buzzing with excitement about the developments surrounding quarterback Jordan Love. Rumors have started to swirl about his potential to take the leap into elite quarterback territory, and it's clear that Love isn't resting on his laurels. Fans, let us know where you're watching from and what you think about Love's evolution. Entering his 4th season as the starting QB for the Green Bay Packers, Love has already made a significant mark, leading the team to impressive heights over the past couple of years. However, he is not one to settle for mediocrity. In recent comments, Love has pinpointed a critical area he wants to refine as the pressure of the new season approaches: his pocket mechanics. This focus is not just an offhand remark, but a serious commitment to elevating his game. My biggest thing that I've noticed since I got back is just my feet in the pocket, trying to be as smooth and consistent as possible, Love stated, emphasizing the necessity of poise in the face of defensive pressure. It's essential for any quarterback to maintain calmness while going through their reads, and Love knows that better than anyone. The rhythm and flow of the game demand a quarterback who can navigate the pocket without rushing, and Love's acknowledgement of this need shows his maturity. Love continued, "If I got to move around in the pocket, keeping those movements pretty tight and not kind of running into where guys might be peeling off and able to hit you." This insight speaks volumes about his understanding of the game. He recognizes that the pocket is not just a physical space, but a dynamic environment where timing, accuracy, and decision-making converge. By focusing on his footwork, he's not only aiming for personal improvement, but also enhancing the precision of his throws and the timing of his routes. Last season, Love showcased his potential, throwing for 3,381 yards and achieving a commendable 23 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions, numbers that are indicative of a quarterback finding his rhythm. In the playoff loss to the Bears, he threw for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns, proving he can rise to the occasion even under pressure, although a 52% completion rate in that game leaves room for reflection and growth. As we look ahead, it's crucial for Love to continue honing these skills. The Packers have always relied on their quarterback to be the linchpin of the offense, and with the right adjustments and pocket mechanics, Love could very well cement his status as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. The stakes are high, and the fans are right to expect nothing less than excellence. The narrative surrounding Jordan Love is one of potential, promise, and palpable excitement. As he works on tightening those movements and improving his overall mechanics, we should keep our eyes on how these changes manifest on the field. The journey is far from over, and the upcoming season could very well be a turning point for Love and the Packers. So, as we close out this segment, let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts below. What do you think about Jordan Love's focus on his pocket mechanics? Are you optimistic about his growth this season? And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates on the Green Bay Packers. Together, we'll navigate this thrilling journey as we look forward to a season filled with hope, hard work, and hopefully triumph.